Hey folks, Ross Barnes here. I wanted to take a brief moment to acknowledge a very important day in the history of humankind, and that is November 11th, Remembrance Day or Veterans Day for my American friends. It's a day that serves as a reminder that we should never forget the sacrifice of so many young women and men during World War One, and really to protect our freedom. And if anybody's done any studying or done any research on the First World War or any war in general, but particularly the First World War, uh, I would encourage you just for a minute today to put yourself in the scenario that some of these soldiers faced during those times. And just take a minute to soak that up. You know, what did these guys and these gals have to go through? Like what a nightmare. Just think about jumping out of a trench and having to run down a field with machine gun fire at like 18 years old and get cut up. What a terrible thing. Um, and and I want to bring it back to what we're doing today in our world and some of the silly things that we complain about, argue about. You know, I'm pretty sure some of these people that were over there fighting would have expected us to be a little bit better if they're about to go and get caught up. Anyhow, not to get too sappy about it, but you know, I reflect on it and I make sure that I bring back to reality here that some of the things we take for granted, um, we need to cherish these things and we need to protect them and we need to use them instead of just letting them fade away. Um, anyhow, uh, in February of 2020, just before COVID hit, my wife and I went to France, and although it's not World War One, we stood on Omaha Beach, where the Americans landed during World War Two, and that was quite the experience. And we also took a brief trip up to Juno Beach, where the Canadians landed. And while we were there, I took this stone off Juno Beach, and I carry this a lot of places, and I hold it, and it reminds me of what I just talked about. So, you know, when things are tough and I have a tough challenge or whatever the case is, I hold this stone and it reminds me of what some of these, again, young women and men had to do or did for me and my family to be here today. So, today, if you see a veteran, if you see a soldier, if you see anybody that serves in the military, pay them some respect, go up to them, shake their hand, thank them for their service, um, visit a cemetery, whatever the case is. Just make sure you pay your respects today and pay it every day from this point forward. Thanks, folks.